Hi, I'm Chris Butterworth, and today we're going to answer the questions of what weight should I use and how many reps should I do. Again, this is the Healthy Butter channel. The goal here, the mission here, is to help you feel younger as you get older. Having gone through some injuries myself and being in my mid-50s, I know what that's like. I know what it's like to wake up and feel like you're an old man. And I also know what it's like to have healed from that and feel young and bouncy again. So the goal is that we should all be able to do that. But today let's talk about what weight should I get and how many reps should I do. And the answer to this question is that it is absolutely individual. It's what works for you. Do not be peer pressured. Do not be bullied by anything that you read online. There's not a standard weight that you have to use. You know, men should be doing X pounds. Women should be doing a Y weight, whatever it is. When you watch videos online, there's usually younger guys who have been doing these workouts for a long time, kettlebells especially, but it also holds true with clubs and maces. Do what works for you. The goal here is the weight should be heavy enough that it should be exercise. It should be a workout. You should feel sweaty, right? You should, when you're done, you should feel like you did a workout. The weight should be light enough that your form remains good. You can do your whole workout and you don't have to worry about injury. For me personally, I don't like being really sore the next day. So I know that when I go too heavy of weight or when I work out for an extended time, I just feel that workout sore the next day, and I'm not looking to feel sore. I do this to feel good, not to feel bad. So there's kind of a fine line there. How many reps should you do? This is really a trial and error thing as well. You got to find your baseline. We're going to start a program, but we don't know where your starting point is. It's different for all of us. It's different depending on your past, your size, your weight that you're holding, your exercise that you're doing. Pick up a kettlebell, whether you're going to do swings or cleans, or I think my last video I talked about a two-handed swing. Let's say you do 8 sets of, I'm thinking one-handed swings, but let's say you do eight sets of 5, right? You do 5 with one hand, 5 with the other hand, and put the weight down. If you do this on an EMOM, every minute on the minute, so when the second hand gets to the top, you're gonna do 5 with one hand, 5 with the other hand, and then put it down. You're probably doing 30 seconds of work, and then you're gonna rest for 30 seconds and start it again. Second set, 30 seconds of work and 30 seconds of rest. Do 8 sets of 5. It's a great first workout and see where you are. And then at the end of the workout, make some notes, be retrospective. Was 5 too easy or too hard, right? You do 5 and you didn't even feel anything? Okay, let's make note of that. Was it difficult to get to 5? Then let's make note of that as well. Was your first set really easy, but as it got on, it got harder and harder? By the 8th set, you're losing your grip and your fingers are cramping up? Or did you get through 8 sets and you're like, that wasn't bad at all, right? So kind of make notes about where you were in the process. And again, the goal should be challenging in a good way, right? You want to feel sweaty, you want to feel fatigued, you want to feel, your whole body worked out, but you don't want to be beat up, you don't want to be injured, you don't want to tweak anything, and you don't want to wake up the next day and you can't move. Oh, I worked out, that's not what we're going for. So, all of that being said, kind of see where you are. If it felt good at first and then it got heavy, you're probably in the right area, right? Maybe you want to try doing 6 sets and see how that felt. Then you can go 6 sets of 5, 7 sets of 5, 8 sets of 5, 9 sets of 5. You can continue this pattern, and you don't have to move up every time you do a workout, right? 8 sets of 5, 8 sets of 5 again, 9 sets of 5, 9 sets of 5 again. But eventually you'll get to the point maybe 20 sets of 5. That's 100 on each side. That's a pretty good finish line. And then you can move up to sets of 6. The thing with moving up from sets of 5 to sets of 6 is a 20% increase in work rate. And if you continue to do EMOMs, you're also gonna get less rest, right? Because now 6 sets might take you 35 seconds of work and you only get 25 seconds of rest. So now your work rate to rest rate goes down and you're doing more work on each set. So sets of 6 is harder than sets of 5, significantly. Sets of 7, significantly harder than sets of 6. So find your spot, right? It's going to take a little bit of trial and error. When you get to that workout that's challenging in a good way, sweaty, breathing heavy, heart's pounding, just fatigued, you put the kettlebell down at the end and you say, man, that was a great workout. And then you wake up the next day and you feel good. That's your baseline. And then from there you start adding. You add volume. You know, maybe you ended up at 9 sets of 6 as your baseline. Now do 10 sets of 6, 11 sets of 6, 12 sets of 6. You can move up to sets of 7, to sets of 8, to sets of 9. For me personally, what I found is that the slower that I increase my intensity, the better off I am. And the lighter the weight I use, the better off I am. So I'm not the smart guy. I always try to rush this, and when I get to like sets of 10, I start moving up my next weight. Oh, you know, that weight's easy. Let me get the next one. And then I always end up at my, I got a few different kettlebells over here. And then I always end up with my 40-pound bell, and I always end up tweaking myself. So what I am trying, my current iteration that I've been working on for a while, I have never gotten to the point where I can do continuous kettlebell for 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes. And that's what I'm working toward now. So on one of my exercises, I'm working with a 25-pound bell, and on another one, I'm working with a 30-pound bell. And my goal is to try to get all the way up to continuous. When I can do sets of 10, then I'll try to go to sets of 11. I'll try to go to sets of 12. I'll try to continue to reduce the time in between sets to the point that I can actually do, you know, 100 with each side. Maybe it's 10 and then 10 and then 10 and then 10. But you pick up the bell and then you never put it down. But from my experience, I feel like the online community pushes you to be in a rush to do more, heavier, faster. And every time I do that, I find that I get a little nicked up, dinged up. My workouts get intimidating. I feel sore the next day. And so I always try to bring it back to, you know, find your baseline, find a weight that works, find a starting point for your program, and then go slowly. It's okay to do the same workout 2, 3, 4 times and then increase. As long as you're increasing over time, this is a long-term endeavor. So as long as we're increasing slowly, we'll get to where we need to be. The goal here is to feel awesome because you do this, not to feel dinged up and sore and any of that, right? We're trying to keep age at bay. Getting older already makes you feel sore. Let's try to stay younger. So that's my thoughts on what weight and how many reps. With that, I'm going to go ahead and end this, or hit stop. This is a one-take video. I'm going to post it right up to YouTube. I know the quality is not as polished as some of those out there, but I'm happy with that. I like what we're doing. I think this is important information. So hope you have a great day. Go get better.